Telegraph now, Josh. Joni got it wrong. They did pave paradise, and they did take down the trees, but they didn't put them in a tree museum.
Wow, that's a proper.
You don't remember that?
That's a proper.
That's a great song. Yeah.
Don't always seem to go.
Yeah. Very good. SNP admits to felling 16 million trees to develop wind farms. Now, I'm not against wind farms. They're a cheap way and they can provide a lot of electricity. 16 million trees, though. That's a lot of trees.
That's a lot of carbon capture, isn't it? Is the thing that we're all kind of obviously, you know, thinking, as well as the beauty.
Yeah, and the Forest Services are saying, and the wind farm, that there's compensatory planting elsewhere, but that hasn't been 100% confirmed. It just seems like an immense amount of trees. I can't sort of fathom that amount of space necessary. For me, I just go, well, there's a tree, cut it down, and then you can put a wind turbine there.
One to one
10 trees all the way around it.
That's my scientific assessment of it.
I mean, they pack these trees in pretty tightly into the plantations. I don't know if these trees that were taken down were the ones that had been planted, you know, not very much earlier by Terry Wogan or something. I seem to remember planted a load of trees. But, I mean, it's a farming crop, right, these trees. This is not like old-growth forest or anything.
Well, I think they're worried that it's moving into that because their laws have been watered down so that they can now do unspoiled wild land, which is the proper stuff.
Yeah.
The good wood.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's... Oh, God, the whole net zero thing, we come to it pretty much every evening, don't we? But it has obviously been, you know, poorly thought through in terms of how reliable it is. There's still the expectation that it's going to have to be supported by gas power stations and so on. Otherwise, you're going to have rolling blackouts every so often just because the wind dies down. It feels like there's a whole cluster of reasons that we may just have gone a bit too soon with this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm against it, obviously. I mean, it's because it sounds like the kind of thing... It's a sort of central planning of, like, oh, we need wind farms, but we go against the kind of Scrutonian preservation of forestry, which is where I would land.
That would always, you know, be the casting vote. Would just how does it feel in your gut?
Yeah, exactly.
To take down 16 million trees to put up something that's probably a very short-term solution.
Destroying nature to save nature. There's a contradiction there.
But I suppose the alternative is to put it out in the sea, and then, of course, you... well, there's probably some bad reason. Anyway.
Seaweed.
Yeah. Walruses.